Bow, 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 bow. See that guest at the table over there? The guy says he's Dalmore family butler, or was, I guess. Huh? Really? I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he's been saying. We will rest for the night. Bam, 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 down. The good sir being arrested must be some kind of mistake. What happened while I was away? Here's faint rare fish egg dish with irresistible popping texture. Eastern style fish cooked in miso, subtly sweetened tower. Oh. Oh. Oh, this triggers a memory with Joshua, don't it? This is... Huh? What's up? Oh, Joshua and I had lunch here a while back, you see? It just came back to me, is all. Ah, right. Hey, don't be like that. It's not like it's a memory of some great tragedy or anything. I was just a kid who didn't really understand her own feelings. I totally forced Joshua to let me feed him, not even caring if anyone saw. He must have been really sick of me, even then. You're still a kid if you ask me. How about it? Need a sec? No, I can't stop now. Can't let myself stop now. Besides, we need to head over to the orphanage. I want to see Matron Teresa and ask about this white shadow. Right, let's go. A book. That's fine and all, but how do I... Cooking, fishing, pay... Parameters... Oh, wait. Game. I want to go over to side, but it's not letting me. Like, how am I supposed to check my quests? It's not letting me go to the side. Here we go. Gonna have to use the mouse. Witness 1. Witness 3. Interested person come to Minoria Village. A representative of a firm will wait on the second floor of the White Magnolia. Okay, so we need that. That's the other way. Got a minute? Oh, what a surprise. You remember me. I asked you to do a job for me a while ago. What? You know him? Yeah, he's a merchant. Kinda. It really has been a while, huh? Yes, last we met was before the birthday celebrations, I believe. If you don't mind, I'd like to get things underway immediately. You have time right now. Hear an explanation of the job. Orvid height, right? Sure, no problem. So, what's the job? Alright, listen carefully. I'm currently putting together a list of ingredients obtainable across the entire Rouen region. Problem is, there have been lots of dangerous monsters out there lately, and I haven't been able to go out investigating on my own. That's where you bracers come in. I'd like for you to assist me. Sounds easy enough. What do you want us to do specifically? First, take a look at the tentative ingredient list I've put together. Savory pinion, leathery tail, gummy eyeball, monster carapace, beast flesh, prickly seed, fish fillet, clear gelatin. Alright. I've written it down, but is this the list you were talking about? Yes, though it's incomplete. I want you to find ingredients from monsters that aren't on the list and bring them to me. Did you get that? The ingredients that are not on the list. Make sure you don't get that wrong. If you find ingredients that aren't on it, come here to report. Of course, you're also welcome to get a bunch together and report before you're completely done. However, I need one of the ingredients as a sample, so do be careful not to eat too much. Get ingredients not on this list and come here to report then. How many types do you want? Of the ones not on the list, I mean. Can't be sure of how much is out there, but I'd be happy if you found 5 or 6 new ingredients. If you can find even half of that, I'd be willing to pay you for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? No, I think we've got it. We'll look around and see what we can find. Yes, please do. No need to rush. It's not an urgent job. Still, I can't wait to see what you report. But basically, we've done like we've got everything on the list. That's how I see it. Weak against water.
We're good to go.
May call for backup. Just get rid of him now. I'm soon to the point where I can actually one-shot enemies, so this is good. How do you feel about the new battle theme compared to the sophisticated fight? I like it. It's definitely, I don't think it's as uplifting, but it's definitely, this definitely gives a more serious tone to the fight, which I like. A soft-bodied forest monster discharges noxious snot to stun its prey. You heard me. Heard me. I will read it again since he never died. A soft-bodied forest monster discharges noxious snot to stun its prey. You have a few concerns with that statement? I heard discharges, not just snot, stun his prey. I think that's way worse. It looks like a big nose, though.
Good to go.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
No! It looks like a big nose, though. Oh, there's a side door. Oh no, that's up. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Still hurts a bit. Hey, no use. I can't strain myself any further. Hi, Mr. Vought. It's been a while. Well, it's you bracer kids again. Still full of vim and vinegar, as I see. Oh yeah, now I remember. You were knocked out during that whole mess with the intelligence goons. Yeah, this is Mr. Vought, the Lighthouse Keeper. How are you these days, Mr. Vought? Still hanging in there? I've been alright, mostly. Though recently Hey, what's wrong? Are you alright? It's my bum back. I can't seem to shake this pain. Anytime I bend at all, it's like someone's driving a spike through my spine. Oof. Sounds pretty painful. Can't you take some medicine for that or anything? I've been dealing with this pain since you were in diapers, I'll have you know. I'll not waste time trying to cure it now. It'll go away on its own. I'll see to that. Unfortunately, I can't afford to sit around resting for too long right now. Huh? Is there something you need done? Matter of fact, there is. I was right in the middle of an important job when you stormed in here. You know, there are orbments used in the lighthouse, right? I swapped the parts out for new ones, but I ain't given them all the test yet. Oh, that sounds like it could be a problem. Nah, no worries. This is my responsibility. Wouldn't be much of a lighthouse keeper if I asked someone else to do it. I'll just take it slow and easy, and keep my back straight. I see. Well, don't strain yourself, okay? I don't want it to make it... You don't want to make it any worse. You don't need to worry on that score, little miss. I know my body. Ah, listen to me go on. Sorry to chew your ears off. Good luck with your work, bracers. Thanks. Take care, Mr. Vought. Oh, yes. One moment. I almost forgot. What is it? Well, about testing them orbments. There's a manual on the bookshelf there with the details on how to do it. If you're curious, feel free to take a look. Huh? Oh, sure, I guess. It's an important job, to be sure, but it's mostly just flipping switches. Anyone can do it if they read the manual, I reckon. You know, do you think just maybe being most passive-aggressive old fart in the universe and asking us to help him out? Ain't no maybe about it. Hmm? Something wrong? No, nothing. Well, see ya. There's a book on the shelf titled Lighthouse Manual. Configuration of the control device, the layout of the lighthouse orbit control. Activate switch set to on to initiate beacon. Orbital amplitude control. Adjust orbital levels. Stabilizer, stabilization mechanism. connection quartz set to on to activate beacon. Set activation switch to on, then connection to quartz. If you think it is broken, please consult troubleshooting section below. Read before contacting the central factory. The activation switch isn't flipping. Is the orbital amplitude set to low? It will not activate at a setting higher than low. It's telling me output is 0. If the stabilizer is set to higher than orbital amplitude value, the resulting output will be 0 and the orbit will stop. The output keeps dropping without any error. While there are multiple possible problems that most likely cause the stabilizer setting, as the gap between stabilizer setting and the orbital amplitude grows, output becomes unstable and may drop randomly. I can't connect to quartz. Is the orbital amplitude set to high? Connection will be refused at any setting besides high. Warning: the contents of this manual may be changed at any time without notice. We thank you for understanding. Thanks. Maybe I had it right the first time. I just didn't flip the switch right. I have to read that book again. Set to on. Orbital amplitude set to low. It will not activate at a setting lower than low. So what's this saying? Output insufficient, ceasing booting sequence.
My name is Jeff.
Hi, Miranda. Amplitude set to low. Guess what? What? Activation switch to on. Set connection to quartz on. You're a wonderful person. Aww. Thank you, Miranda. You're pretty good yourself. Okay. Orbital amplitude set to low. Activation switch. Okay. I'm just an idiot, I think. Time to sleep. Have a good night. All right, Zeta. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Thank you for that sub gift earlier. You have a good night to sleep. Figured it out. I was just being an idiot. Bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Ah, you did it. So, we can just leave it alone now, right? You can. It's in diagnostic mode. It'll stop on its own in a little while. Okay, then. Still, I'm impressed. You managed to figure out with nothing more than the manual. It wasn't easy, to be honest. Oh, hey. Looks like it stopped. Yes, indeed. The diagnostics done, and there were no problems to report. It's been mighty neighborly of you to do all this for me. Sorry to put you through all this trouble. No, it's fine. Yeah, no need to thank us. Just make sure you take it easy on your back. No, 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 I can't let you go without expressing a little bit of my gratitude. Here. We got shrimplets. Oh, these are, some bait for sea fishing. You can land some real whoppers on the cliffs near the lighthouse. You should try, if you got some time. Aw, thanks. Anyway, we should get moving along, but... Do you need anything else? I've got all I need, little miss. However, it's good of you to ask. Very, very important. It shows that you have a heart that cares for others, as any modern bracer should, just like the bracers of old. Well, thanks. You make sure and remember that attitude, dear. Now, safe travels. So we have the lighthouse done. Nice. Mercenary Chrome Pass. Saffron Towers the other way. I was expecting him to throw some boomer remark after this compliment, just as par for the course, right? The way he talks, it's similar to the way a Newfoundlander talks. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna give him that type of voice. Put my little accent on it. See, look, big nose. You got a big nose. He fled. I've been, if anybody knows, like, where I can get the victory quotes in the sound files, that would help me out greatly. Because I want to do something with the victory quotes. But I haven't been able to find them. Because I want to get a couple from first chapter, and I want to get Annalise's from this one. Yeah, Shara's quotes were funny. I like Annalise, one of Annalise's in this game. No, I want to do something with them.
Care for a rematch?
Oh yeah, I missed the one that I want to hit. Thanks.
Should have done that.
I'm surprised you did not find the files for them. I would have thought the game had audio samples unless they're all there in not correct format. They're a different file. They're like an OGG format, and there's a bunch of for the background music, but I haven't been able to find the voice ones. I'm gonna skip that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the VOD and probably clip it that way. It isn't the bracers. Already check out the Orphanage? We were just on our way there. We've got some stuff to check out, you see. No way. Are you on some kind of case? No, there's just a thing we're looking into, just in case. It's not a case, so don't worry. Phew, gotcha. That's good to hear. If you're not in a hurry, relax here in the village for a bit. You're always welcome here. Yeah, thanks. If we get a chance, we'll stop by later. We have to head to an orphanage first, though. Oh, right. Well, see you when I see you, then. Seems like the orphanage kids are back in good spirits. You could hear them laughing all the way out here on their way back from Sunday school. Format won't, that then, no. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Seems like the orphanage kids are doing well. All that rebuilding was definitely worth it. Down, 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 down. White magnolia. Do this.
Should have done that.
Estelle learned True Hurricane. I want to test that out now. We're not going to the orphanage yet. Excellent, excellent. We can test it out. Area medium attack set. Upgraded hurricane spins and strikes even more enemies. I like it. No. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Whew. I have not left anything with 1 HP yet in this game.
Care for a rematch?
I'm very happy about that too, by the way. It was close though, it was. I think I found them. I'll reach out to you if I can find a way to access the voice files. Perfect. That would be great, Louis. You can just DM them if you find them. I'll have to find a way, if they're not MP3 format, I'll have to find a way to transfer or to convert them.
Rematch?
How did I not get this one? Watch out! The chest has nothing to lose. There's no telling what it might do. Oh god. All the chest would do is retrieve the contents that was taken. It would. Oh, I thought I knocked him far enough away. Shit.
Should've done
Well, I'm gaining Sepith anyway. Royal Academy. Yeah, we have to go through the Academy too. So we have Saffron Tower and the monster. Okay. South way. Gotcha. Losing my bearings. This way. Am I gonna spam the shit out of the hurricane? Maybe.
Piece of cake.
Preemptive.
All right, we rule.
You've seen a lot of empty chests in your day, but you've really got to say, this one's the finest. Weak against wind. I don't have wind. It skipped him? Oh my god. Yes.
Care for a rematch?
We got a Burbeg. I call for backup. Only attacks females. Wow. You don't miss. Dang it. You had one job again. One job. That was the one job.
Care for a rematch?
Airlit Saffron Tower. Airlit Checkpoint. Feels like ages since I've been here. So the guard who saw it somewhere around is around here somewhere. At least that's what John told us. Yeah. Let's set up the guard commander here first and see who saw what. Good idea. But I think someone saw it in such a lovely place. Oh, knock it off with it nonsense. Just say it's a ghost or whatever already. No, no, not hearing anything. La la la. Can a girl lie to herself every now and then? Hey, welcome to Airlit Checkpoint. There aren't many tourists at the moment, so you can take your time and really appreciate the waterfall. Seems like our soldier getting lazy lately. Like a while back, there was an idiot who was half asleep at his post and thought he saw something and made a huge fuss. Man, I gotta do something about this. Boom, 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 down. Lodging for travelers. That's not what I'm looking for. During the election, all the tourist spots in Rouen are open, I heard. I came from the capital to indulge in a little peaceful reading. This waterfall is truly outstanding backdrop when you're enjoying a book. The sound of the water just echoes through my body. Oh, excuse me. We're from the Bracer Guild? Hey, welcome. Wait a minute. You're that bracer who dealt with the Duke. Yeah, that's me. I'm surprised you even remember that. Of course, things wouldn't have gone half as smoothly without you. Well, what can we do for you today? Well, sir, we're here about the soldier who claims to have seen a white shadow. What? Even the guilds heard about that? For the love of... This is ridiculous. He should be ashamed. Honestly. Ashamed? What do you mean? There wasn't any ghost. He was just daydreaming. Drifting off the way he did could be disastrous if there was an actual emergency. As his commanding officer, his actions are wholly my responsibility. How embarrassing. I think you're getting a bit ahead of yourself, sir. That thing, whatever it is, has apparently been seen all over the region. What? Are you... Estelle and company explained the investigation to Chief Warrant Officer Hunt. I see. Goodness. Thought he'd had simply half asleep, but perhaps I did jump to conclusions too quickly. I've been far too hard on Nyx in that case. So Nyx is the one who saw the white shadow? That's right. He's currently on duty at the entrance to Chaldea Tunnel. You should go speak to him directly. Tell him he has my permission to speak to you. Thank you, sir. Do. Down. I bet I could fish. We can fish here. Oh my lord, yes. Fish. Alright folks, we're gonna head for the night. Love you all, take care. Catch you next stream. Alright, Leviathan, we will see you tomorrow, sir. Thank you so much for hanging out. Always appreciated. We are soon wrapping it up here anyway. Oh there. You want to head into the tunnel? Give me a minute and I'll open the gate. No, we're not here for the tunnel. We're from the Bracer Guild. And we're here for you, actually. Can we ask you about the white shadow you saw? Hang on, you mean... But that was just something I dreamed up when I was half asleep. Actually, it wasn't. A lot of people across Rouen have been seeing it. And according to your commanding officer, neither you nor he knew. He said sorry for his earlier comments and says you can talk freely about it. So it was real. I knew it was too real to be a dream. This makes me feel a bit better, honestly. Though, if that thing was real, it's actually kind of bone-chilling. Trust me, I know what you mean. Anyway, can you tell us about what you saw? In as much detail as you can, please? Sure. It was 3 nights ago. I was standing here on my watch shift. You've noticed how loud the waterfall is, right? You get used to it after a while, and it has a rhythm that can really lull you to sleep. Plus, I just started my shift and had come from the mess, so I was even more sleepy. So to keep from falling asleep, I walked back and forth around here, and that's when I saw it. I see. What was it exactly? A floating man dressed in white, old-fashioned clothes. He, or it, was dancing just above the waterfall. I freaked out so bad I pointed my rifle at it without thinking and... What? You shot the thing? Yeah, I meant it to be a warning shot, but I was so nervous, I hit it right in the chest. Or I know I did, but it just floated there as if nothing had happened at all. After that, it took off like a bird or something heading north. Beep. Immune to gunfire too? That's just swell. After all that, I ran inside and woke the commander, of course. But all that got me was a dressing down for sleeping on the job and unnecessary rifle discharge. Man, that was a bad day. I can imagine, well, anyway, it's clearly for the best to just pretend it was a dream and forget it ever happened. Yep. Thanks for the thought, but I doubt I'll ever be able to forget that. I don't know why that poor soul is a wandering ghost, but try to help him, yeah? I mean, bracers can solve the problems of the dead too, right? Heck no, I'm no priest. But there has to be a reason it's showing up, yeah? We need to figure out what that reason is. Good luck then. How lovely.